Greetings. I hope everybody's fine. So today I just brought a tutorial, a breakdown of mixing, how to mix female reggae vocals. It's the song that I mixed already, but I am going to show you the breakdown, how you can do it. So let's get into the tutorial. By the way, I'm willywheelz. If you're new to the channel, welcome to my channel, and stay tuned. Hope you may get interested with the things that we do on this channel. Yeah, stick around. Blessings. Boom, and subscribe. Let's see. Okay, so I have this song. The artist is Kama from South Africa. So she does reggae. So you should just check. I did this. Let's listen.
150 Empress me represent Empress Drama on the mic. Hey, she was a girl, no ordinary girl. She would laugh, dance and sing. We couldn't even notice. A very public girl with a beautiful dreams, very focused, so dedicated to chasing a dream. Yeah. She couldn't stand the pain and torture. She lost her mother through the hands of the cruel stepfather. She had nobody to stand by her side. No seed, no handshake.
So basically that's the song. Okay, we'll get back to the chorus properly. So let me describe or explain how I did the mix of this song. I made the beat long time ago. There's a short which I dropped on YouTube of this beat. So she approached me that she can do something. First of all, let's check the man, right?
She was a girl, no ordinary girl.
So on this mixer here, if I leave it like this, I think I should do something like this. Okay, so on this mixer, I created a reverb track and also a delay track and also a backing vocals track. As you can see, I made it sure that I have this extra large display so that the plugins which I applied are shown right over here. Okay, so that's the first thing. So I highlighted all these backing vocals. These are backing vocals. And then the main vocals, the blue one. I also created the bass for the main vocals. So despite treating each vocal separated, there's vocal 1, there's main vocal 2, still more, there is a special treatment again happening on the main bass because now there are 2. So, alright, let's check here. This is the main vocal.
150 Empress me represent Empress Drama on the mic.
So I had to cut around frequencies around 450 kilohertz, just checking around where there is a problem.
150 Empress me represent Empress Drama on the mic.
This is the first treatment, cleaning unwanted frequencies that I have to do. And then the second thing I did is add the compressor here. This is the computer compressor. This one is it's a general filter compressor. It does a number of works, instruments and vocals. So here it's just a default. I just added the saturation and the release time 10 seconds and ratio 5.8. Okay, so it is like this, and then I added another equalizer. This one was acting like to cut a bit of some other frequencies because of the processing which was happening, so it was like easier for me.
150 Empress me represent. Empress Grama on the mic.
Okay. And then finally I also added this T-Deezer. I left it on standard because of this EQ which I did already. So it's balancing properly. It doesn't cut so much the frequencies. So I routed this one here on this main bus. So what is happening on the main bus, there is fresh air. I added some air to the vocal, and mid air and high air somewhere there to add some shimmer to the vocal. And then I added this antelope. This is a very good EQ. It boosted a number of frequencies, mid-range frequencies. It boosted mid-range frequencies. And then finally I added this. I added the tube compressor, something like this. These are my settings. It doesn't have many settings, so I just had to leave at 30 gain and take down the peak transition, because if you take down this one, that means you definitely have no sound. So I left it here and work around here. So basically that is it.
She was 150 Empress me represent.
Now if I try to mute everything from the beginning, to mute everything including here,
What? 150 Empress me represent.
so that's how it sounds. So if you bring everything together, and you have this.
150 Empress me represent. Empress Grama on the mic. Hey,
The same way I did with
she was a
this one. So let's say this one like this.
she was a girl. She
So here I added the same treatment like the way I added. However, I also added a pitch element. There were some other places I had to tune. So I find it easier to use this pitch element. This one you can purchase it separately, but with me it came with Pro Tools, so I have you can use it in Cubase in any program. So I used to pitch up some of the vocals to put them in order. So basically that is it here. So yeah,
she was a girl.
so if you play together with the beat,
She was a girl, no ordinary girl. She would laugh, dance and sing.
alright, so you can hear this vocal delay, this vocal throw, delay throw. This is a vocal a throw, right? It's just a copy of one of dance and sing, just a copy of it. So I just copied and shifted it a bit. It's one way of the techniques that you can use if you want to mix vocals. I like to use this technique a lot. It depends on the software, the program which I'm using, and how it should sound also. So I use this. I added a lot of reverb and delay on this one. Delay, direct delay. There was no bass, you can see. And for you to see these plugins that we're using, like I think I mentioned at first, you just have to choose from here. So I chose extra large so that I can be able to see the plugins. And this kind of display, at least, I like to see something like this. Okay, something like this. Alright, so this is it. So let's continue to listen up to where the chorus starts, the hits.
Sing, we couldn't even notice. A very public girl with a beautiful dreams. Very focused, so
backing vocals. So backing vocals, as you can see here, I panned these backing vocals. If you listen to, let me mute the beat.
She couldn't stand the pain and torture. She lost her mother through the hands of the cruel stepfather. She had nobody to stand by her side. No sipo no sipo.
So I panned 45%, these first ones. Now I panned 45, at least closer, somewhere closer, something like this. And then this other one, I panned it 91, and then the other one 100. I can bring it, let's say, you can bring it, let's say 45, you can bring it, it depends. Let's say if you want to bring at 74, you can do that. Let's say you put it on 74. You still have good results. You see? The reason why I panned, so because there are not many backing vocals. That's why I had to throw it somewhere there, because I left it there on 91, somewhere on 91, something like that. If you know, let me drop it there. 91. So then down here, as the chorus continues, so down here there are additional 2 vocals which are not present on the first part. So that is when now I come here now. That's where I come here now.
Njengoba nimbona yesehleli ngaphandle, njengoba nimbona senimbiza ngephara.
You see? So these last ones are the ones which I threw them 100. Yeah. But there is no specific, music, when you're doing music, the creative work has got no specific limit on how you can do. The most important thing is to understand basic principles, and also your ears should tell you this is wrong, this doesn't sound good, this sounds good. That's the most important thing. So that's how I did. So let's listen everything together on the chorus. Okay, so that is it. So let's check again the backing vocals. Same backing vocals separately, separately, without and with. So
She lost her mother through the hands of the cruel stepfather. She had nobody to stand by her side. No see.
So here I added a transitioned processor. I wanted to control, there are some other areas which were creeping, so I wanted it to cut those transitions down, to cut them, to trim them down, to level it up. So I added on these 2, but the rest here there's nothing. However, everything is routed to delay and reverb. Everything is routed here, reverb and delay, reverb and delay. And on the reverb, what I did, I added a peak controller, which is acting as a darking, is connected with this reverb, so it darks the reverb. But at the same time, I applied this EQ and a bit of clarity and cut off the low end so that we cannot have a mad reverb. So something like that. And then on the backing vocals bass is where there are a lot of things happening here. Also, I added a universal tube, this channel strip. I boosted a bit of this equalizer high-end frequencies somewhere there, somewhere here. You see, I added somewhere there, boosted from here, and I left it and I cut off the low end. So this is the channel strip. So there's a tube amp, there is equalizer, there is opto-levelers, a compressor. So I did not touch much. I worked much here because my aim was to work around this. So I worked around here. So that is how I managed to win this one. And then if you come back again, I added also fresh air 28, because they were a bit down. I wanted the mid-range frequencies with good breath, and then the high end as well. So the sounds very raw, these ones. They don't sound, the sounds very raw without all these effects. So I added fresh air. I also added a parametric equalizer just to cut around where there is.
She lost her mother through the
Just to play around with where there is a problem somewhere there. This is one of the best equalizers because you are able to see the frequencies which you are not happy with, those irritating frequencies you are able to see and you can be able to deal with as long as you understand how to use it properly. Okay, so that's it. And then I also added a successor plugin, Vocal Warmer. This is a good preset from Heritage Audio. I reviewed this plugin. It's a very good. You can use it for numerous. So I added this Vocal Warmer. It does a lot.
She lost her mother through the hands of.
So then Sound Goodizer, I left it somewhere here on air. I pushed down somewhere around here. Very nice plugin. And finally I added this down here, tube compressor. Then the bass is done. So there's nothing much happening on these backing vocals apart from everything being routed here and everything is being handled on this one. So basically that is it, and also sent to the reverb and delay like what I explained at first. So if I choose, let's say if I go here and I mute everything, minus this. So if you add everything, fresh air, successor, so basically that is how we have something like this. So yeah, so this is the whole thing, and yeah.
The world we were living
basically that is it, guys. Apart from that, there is nothing much on the master channel. I added emphasis. So emphasis. See, this is emphasis. I just boosted a bit here. So if you put it down again, if without emphasis, with emphasis, so basically that is it. This song is not yet out. It's going to be out in December. So when it's out, we are gonna do a number of projects with this girl. So I'll share the link of our music. This is what I prepared. I just wanted to demonstrate how I did the breakdown. I hope following this you are able to understand what I did exactly. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do: reggae, dancehall on this channel, mixing and production. That's what we do. If you want production services, you can contact me. I'll leave my email in the comment section below. Yeah, so we can work. You know what I mean? I'm very happy. I work with everybody, most people from across the globe. From Hawaii, Tahiti, good people from that side I work with. US, Africa, Europe, everybody. If you want samples, you can check some other videos. I'll try to find a link so I can paste free samples. But if you want samples for purchase, those are my premium samples that I most use. Also, you can contact me via the email, so you can purchase. We are approaching December. I'm having a discount, 5% discount. So if you email me, you want samples, I'll give you a discount. And yeah, you can also enjoy. Thank you so much. Blessed love.